Welcome to Cape Town, a steaming hot day and the first ZUMA Watch of 2017. Lawson, welcome back. It's been a very busy 2 or 3 weeks for us. It's the political season. It started with the State of the Nation address 2 weeks ago on the 9th of February, and yesterday, of course, was Budget 2017. In fact, even before the State of the Nation, there was that extraordinary statement that came out from the ANC on Sunday, the 5th of February, with 12 rather extraordinary demands. It looked like a big lurch to the populist right by the ANC, which was worrisome. In the end, Zuma pulled his punches in his State of the Nation 4 nights later. And then, of course, yesterday we saw a statesman-like, sober rendition of a very different view of the world from Minister of Finance Pravin Gordhan. What's the state of play now, do you think? What's the state of Zuma's power as we go into the year?
Well, I think what we've seen so far in 2017 is this battle within the ANC between the populist forces of populist nationalism against the more moderate, sensible middle of the ANC. We saw it from the beginning in the January 8th statement of the ANC, which was the precursor to this ANC media statement a few weeks ago. And in between those two was an ANC Lekgotla, or a big group discussion where they looked at economic policy. And Zuma fought back quite considerably there, trying to push a populist agenda.
I mean, he's really put himself right squarely with that nationalist wing of the ANC now, hasn't he? He sees that as absolutely crucial to his political future, which he continues to fight hard for.
Yeah, and I think what we saw yesterday in the budget was a sort of open warfare now, with Zuma having spoken about radical economic transformation in the State of the Nation address, and Pravin Gordhan, the Minister of Finance, responding yesterday by referring to that as mere sloganeering.
And he avoided using that exact expression, didn't he? The phrase radical economic transformation didn't appear once.
Absolutely, and it was very deliberate, although the word radical appeared often in
and transformation,
53 times. But in different contexts.
Okay.
And used in a very different way.
And in that key passage in the speech, pages 9 to 10, it ended with a really powerful quotation from a 1969 ANC document.
It's the ANC policy conference in Morogoro in Tanzania in 1969, one of the most important conferences that the ANC held in exile.
And as if they had a glass ball in front of them on that occasion, the statement in 69 drew attention to the dangers of nationalism sliding into chauvinism with a narrow elite exploitation of the masses, which, by using this phrase, Gordhan was really looking once again Zuma right in the eye and saying, I'm drawing a line in the sand.
Absolutely. I think that was an indication that the gloves were off, that Pravin was not going to deviate from the line that he's taken since he resumed being Minister of Finance in December of 2015.
Of course, the shadow of Brian Molefe, who was the CEO of the state-owned enterprise Eskom, but he resigned last year under a big cloud. He's been sworn in today, in fact, as a member of Parliament. Highly problematic.
And shrouded in secrecy as well. You know, I think the ANC is a bit embarrassed by his elevation to Parliament, and from what I've heard today, he got a very lukewarm response from his colleagues at the ANC caucus meeting this morning.
So it remains to be seen whether Zuma has the courage to reshuffle his cabinet and put both Molefe and, of course, his former wife, Dlamini Zuma, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, who is one of the challengers to succeed Zuma later this year.
Yeah. I think it's more than likely that both of them will be elevated to cabinet. What's going to be important is what portfolios they get allocated.
Of course. And looking ahead now, we've got some important milestones ahead. The policy conference in mid-year.
Yes, the ANC's policy conference will take place at the end of June. We know that the National Executive Committee of the ANC met earlier this week and approved a range of policy documents that will be published in due course and will go into ANC branches for discussion. And I think that also, again, send a signal as to the policy direction in which the ANC is likely to go. Until
then, I think nerves, at least in the market, will have been calmed by the sobriety of Pravin Gordhan's statement yesterday. The panel I did with Ernst & Young earlier today, the people from the market seem to be pleased by the fiscal intelligence shown by the minister, recognising also the need to fight inequality and redistribute and, of course, grow the economy.
Indeed, and you know, firmly locating the budget in terms of our context, what the needs of the moment are, but ensuring that we are able to grow the economy sustainably over the longer term.
It's a delicate time in a delicate year. It's a very important time for for the ANC. It has to, by the end of this year, decide who will succeed Jacob Zuma. If it doesn't handle that transition smoothly, it'll be rocky future for the ANC and possibly for the country. If you'd like to know more about those issues, the budget, the impact on policy, and the direction of travel of South Africa, then please get in touch with us, the Paternoster Group.